all her now. It's all her now.
What's your role in the developments that you're doing?
As far as.
Are you doing the engineering work?
Yeah.
or-
About
And Mrs. Byrne, because Mrs. Byrne wasn't here.
Ah, very good.
Well, that's what I'm gonna ask.
Congratulations.
Residential. I had it.
Okay.
He hung it up and said, I'm done. I worked with him for five.
I know.
Yeah,
I said, oh man, winter won't let go.
Like solid clients that with repeat business or-
Nobody's on Zoom. Nobody's on Zoom.
Well,
Really.
Years ago, I worked with David Miller for many, many years. Finance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the April, May 13th, East Hempfield Township Planning Commission. Please join me in opening the meeting with a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got a big agenda tonight, so let's get right to it.
Yep.
The minutes from the last meeting, the April meeting, I had a question.
Okay.
And I think Mrs. Byrne confirmed it. On the motion for Yellow Goose Road, I had it was made by Mike and seconded by John.
I
You have,
wasn't here.
you have it by Mr. Spangler and Mrs. Byrne, and Mrs. Byrne wasn't here.
So who was it?
It was Mike
Yeah.
made the motion and John seconded it.
You know, if I didn't have these minor issues, you'd have nothing to talk about.
I know, we'd be going.
I telepath that to you.
It's the AI generated minutes.
Oh, yeah. Who's your buddy? Who's your agent? All right, are there any other corrections? Additions? Okay. If not, ready for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as amended this evening.
Abstain.
No, who needs to second first?
Gotta wait for a second.
Thank you. All right. Motion by Mr. Rohr, seconded by Mr. Spangler that we approve the amended minutes regarding the motion and seconding for the Yellow Goose Road project. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Abstain.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 2. Got that, Nate? Mrs. Byrne and Mr. Boltby. All right, you're on. Lot add-on plan on Widler Lane.
Colors, so it's a little map here. Just making bigger prints up there. I figured it would be.
It's easier to read down here.
Yep.
Thank you.
Please.
My name is Jeff Bolby with Trimble Surveyors, representing Michael Skornovaki. So Michael currently owns both these farms located at 462 Widler Road, Widler Lane, and 348 Widler Lane. So if you take Landisville Road out of past Turkey Hill, out of town, up over the 283 bridge, your first right there is Long Lane, which is on your plan right. And then if you continue there, it's a private road named Widler Lane. It's not a real township road, it's just a private road that both properties access Landis Road through that Widler Lane. So the green parcel is currently 39 acres. And so the green and the pink parcel are one property right now. The back farm is 37 acres in yellow. So the yellow farm would like to purchase the purple pink property and split it from the green farm to the yellow farm. So currently the back farm is 37.9 acres and it'd like to make it 50 acres. The front parcel, the green parcel, is currently 39.067 acres, would like to sell off the 12-acre parcel and become a 26.9-acre parcel. So a little background on this. In 2018, they submitted this plan and tried to run it through. There was a divorce in the middle of it, and they dropped the plan. So this has actually been reviewed prior. Ritu Engineering gave a clean letter on October 24th, 2017. So I believe David Miller became the township engineer. They came to us and asked if we'd submit the plan. So we took their plan that was previously almost ready to record and submitted it, and we came back with a 5-page review. So I understand some of the regulations, some of the township things changed some of that time. DEP's added some new regulations, but we were thinking it was going to be a little bit easier than this, but here we are nonetheless. April 8th, we got a township review letter. We dwindled it down to a May 7th DMA review letter. We have a clean Lancaster County Planning Commission review. We are requesting 6 waivers. And yeah, Mr. Skornavaki, who couldn't be here tonight, did ask if we would be willing to not grant, or he would ask if we could get a waiver of the deferral of Landisville Road and Long, I want to say Long Lane, that's not right. Long Road. Deferral of improvements. He said he would not like to spend any more money. And also the DEP, we met with DEP. We asked for DEP's recommendations. DEP said, send us a non-buildable waiver. Since you're not building anything, we'll get it approved. They denied it. Said the boss above him said to deny it. We've gone in Monday. We had soil testing for new perk replacement system testing. We're good with that, but now it's changing into hydraulic studies, PNDI searches. It's becoming a lot more than we were hoping for, so to speak, even though we are making a replacement system on both farms and soil testing has been done. So yeah, my clients asked we step forward and just say we would not like to grant the deferral of improvements. I understand it's a township requirement. Previously, again, it's an odd situation. I probably wouldn't stand here and ask for it, but previously we've had a clean letter that was not recorded, so the plan dropped and now we resubmitted. So a little bit old, a little bit new, here we are. The main question we have right now is on page 2 of the DMA, May 7th, 2026, comment number 6, that DMA says, we recommend the waiver related to require additional right-of-way be denied and the right-of-way associated with Landisville Road be dedicated fee simple. We recommend the waiver request related to cartway widening, curbing, sidewalk, and the grass strip be denied and the deferral be granted. Mr. Skorovaki would like to say he would not like to have that happen, but that's in your hands. We're here to discuss about it. Also, with the DEP requirements, we're not sure any other way, which way, but to plow ahead and do exactly what they say. Not sure how to address that. We tried to call Scott Hain twice today. Didn't get through. Not a big deal. We understand we have that DEP regulation number 2 and 3 on page 3, and we're just trying to figure out the least impact we can do to get this approved. So there's my plan.
So is it appropriate for us to vote one way or another on this without knowing what the DEP is going to do, or what you're saying?
I would say East Hempfield Township has the requirements over DEP. So your requirements are part of DEP has requirements, but your standards hold. We don't have to do anything with DEP. We need to satisfy East Hempfield Township.
I can give a little insight into this. Personally, I work in this industry and I'm going through it on 3 different projects right now. Municipalities are the judgment of whether non-building waivers are allowed. You submit to the municipality, the SEO agrees that that's allowed, then they submit it up to DEP. It's not a reviewed process by DEP once it's submitted. Now a municipality can get smacked if they do it wrong, and it's not in compliance with our Act 537 plan. But this is a municipal / SEO decision. It's not something you generally submit through your sewage planning to get a response. I'm going through this exact same thing on a plan right now. But at the end of the day, we can always act and say condition on addressing the plans in accordance with the township engineer, and that can be worked out.
For these sewage. issues.
Yes.
Okay.
Before he even spoke, I was gonna bring this topic up tonight because it came up on a property behind Roots, within my time on this planning commission. A property behind Roots did a solar panel farm. And they came in and the engineer recommended the deferral of the roadway improvements. And we had a big debate here about why are we deferring roadway improvements on something that's truthfully not being developed? If it's ever developed in the future, we'll have another opportunity to get those roadway improvements. I think this is very similar where they're just splitting land. I don't think now's the time to defer roadway improvements. I think if somebody ever takes these tracks and tries to develop them, we'll have another opportunity to get the roadway improvements. What we're doing when somebody splits land is we're devaluing their land just because they wanted to split it. Because if they ever sell that land, there's a deferred automatic cost to the next person that could be pulled at any point in time and charge them $60,000 to widen the road, put the curb in. So it devalues the sale of that land. There's no improvements being done now. We'll have another shot to widen the road, get the curb, put sidewalk in if we want, if somebody ever does improvements. As far as the right-of-way, different municipalities do it different ways. Some will use the 21-year scenario where we put an ultimate right-of-way, and we have 21 years to take it. There's case law on that. There's other municipalities that they want the right-of-way land right now, which I'd be fine with that approach. I think deferring the improvements is just devaluing their land when they're not really improving anything.
I will make a comment. The parcel in the green is owned by his daughter, and this is future planning. The gentleman's probably close to 80, just if I had to guess. And I would say that's exactly kind of what's happening. He's just getting his ducks in a row for the future generations.
Maybe a follow-up question. What if a neighbor property would get developed and then you would want sidewalk going across this property?
There's no requirement in the,
No ability to make them do that.
no ability to make them do that, but this property owner shouldn't be held accountable for improvements when they didn't create the requirement for improvements.
Well, I guess we're talking about, maybe we're talking about Landisville Road. That's the main frontage there that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got 3, 6, 7 houses down beside it. I'm sure we don't have widening easements against those properties, right? To the right, to your left there.
Maybe the very plan south there, on the bottom of the page.
Yeah, you can see the right-of-ways shallower on those lots.
Yeah, I'm looking at Landisville Road, which would be parcels A through G.
Yeah, his property, we don't own the right of way there. We do for those residential lots. So,
Say that again.
That's a different thing than I think he's asking.
I thought that's what he was asking.
Well,
So-
maybe I was asking the wrong thing. So let's take
So
it two
the side-
phase. Let's talk about right of way. Do the right of ways line up between those 7 properties and this property?
Yeah, but they're in different forms. We own the right of way there, fee simple, like them, granting that to us aligns that right of way through there. That one, that comment I think should be upheld by DMA. The sidewalk one, that's up to you guys. The ordinance requires for them to do that. The standard is we defer that until we want we're never gonna want sidewalk there.
Right.
It's just gonna be an agreement that sits there for,
Right, the probability of us calling on that.
Are
So-
that
so-
agreement
these
sits there
preserved?
until I'm retiring here
They're
probably.
not preserved.
So go back to the right of ways now.
Yeah.
If I look on this line, in front of those 7 properties, I see a right of way line. And that appears to line up with a line that says right of way through the green
It's just
property.
gonna Let me zoom in here.
This is what I see. The ones on the front of the lots there, what Nate is saying is it's fee simply owned land in front of those lots, meaning those lot owners don't own the land. If you continue that straight through this property, there's a right of way that lines up with that,
Right,
but it's not fee simply dedicated, meaning there's rights to it, but it's not fee simply dedicated. The land goes to the center line of the street. In addition, they're asking for more proposed right of way beyond that.
It's 30 feet from the center line is what we're providing. Yeah, there's a better picture.
Can you do a deferment for a certain time period where then it expires? So can the township say, we can defer this for 10 years and at that point, if we do not do anything by that point or request it, that
I mean, we could, it's not something we have done. You know, I imagine you can do anything as far as that's concerned.
so again, I'm gonna go back to the right of way. To make things line up, we should require the additional right of way. Be fee simple.
I'm not sure we need to.
No, they line up now, it's just not fee simply dedicated.
So it doesn't matter. That wouldn't affect us widening the road or doing anything in that right of way. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
We could
It's-
do whatever we want.
You,
in that
there
right-
is right of way there for the township now that matches up with the single family lots on the other side.
So it's
Yeah,
Where's our pointer at?
right here, it says the right of way.
Right.
Jump there and continue straight. That's 33-foot right of way. But we're dedicating from the center line to the next line up. So they're not actually lining up. Then our wider lane is gonna be 30 foot here and it's gonna come to a 16.5. And the 16.5 where it says mailboxes with addresses, that is currently what it's at. It's at a 33-foot right of way. We're proposing to give you 30 from the center line, which is the top line, which straight to the letter E in north 74, 49, 42 east is where that line comes in. That's what we're proposing to give you. Township is requesting, we write a legal description and sell that for $1. So his farm would go from the blue line up to the next line and he'd go from 26.9 acres to 26.09 feet.
But by having that on the recorded plan, we could
You
we
can
could
have the
widen the
rights
road.
to own it. You're requesting to buy it from us for $1 and lose 9/10 fee, which is kind of standard practice. I'm not gonna lie to you, for new developments, they're good. I know we're kind of big on the fee simple title and buying the right of way, so there's no question. You want to put water, sidewalk, gas lines, you have the rights to it. I don't know why you personally need to own it. I don't really care, but that's what you're proposing to do. Your DMA is requesting 30 foot from center line. You're gonna sell that to Hempfield Township for $1. Take basically almost 9/10 of an acre off the property.
which is the line below the building setback line.
That's correct. Yep,
Okay.
You can see it right there, 30, reserved right away.
Yeah.
That's gonna be moved on. And technically, this is the old subdivision. In the second review letter, they asked us to sell a fee simple title, so we need to revise this plan. The blue line would be up now. But it didn't come in the first review, the second. We didn't really respond to that yet, because we're not sure how it's gonna go. So kind of, we're asked to write legal descriptions for this, convert them to the center line like we did. We got the second review back requesting fee simple title, so. That's the discussion we're trying to have right now.
The current review letter is really the one
Yeah.
in effect, so.
And owning the right of way has been the township standard for
Mhm.
30, 40 years. I think the, yeah. I think, the difference in the setbacks is, yeah, the local road standards to meet that. I think the properties to the residential ones don't meet the right-of-way standards for local road. Yeah.
And that's what's existing on your property right now. Yeah, just continues at whatever that distance is. Okay, now, the other half of it is sidewalk widening curbing. That is a pretty much standard reply to that modification request. We do that almost, well, I can't think of one where we haven't done it lately. So I think although it might appear that we're putting an onus on those owners, the probability that it would actually be called on would be pretty slim.
Minus if they go to subdivide or break up new lots, and then it
Right.
would be on them anyway.
Or
The
a
odds of-
neighboring property would.
Well, they're a corner lot. I mean, all the lots beside them wouldn't meet any regulations. The only frontage is between those lots, and I'd say they're all subdivided and have no rights to make any new lots.
Right.
Not much choice there.
The only thing that would happen would be if the, 3 lots across on the bottom of your page here. They could be developed, right?
Not, please.
They're actually preserved.
Oh, they're preserved?
Yeah. on
The other way,
The other side of Landisville Road's
the
preserved.
bottom side of Landisville.
Trying to get
The other side of Long
Ed to
Road's
actually
preserved.
cooperate.
Staying on the south side, or,
West side, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, across the street.
Yeah, that's all preserved.
So it won't be developed.
Yeah, Armstrong used to own that, and they preserved that.
Oh, really?
Before they sold it.
I do want to restate, we have not gone with the engineer's recommendation on this in my time here on that property. Yes. We had a long discussion and then we did it differently. It was Demon Sons, Tom Madison was presenting the plan. It was a solar panel project right behind Roots.
Roots Nursery.
That was not this problem.
No, but it was another rural road.
Yeah.
And putting the deferral on a property that is highly unlikely unless ever developed further to need widening. All we're doing is devaluing that property for no reason.
Devaluing it how?
As soon as you put a deferral on a property, any buyer of that property has to take that into account when they purchase it. It could come with an instant $60,000 requirement to improve a road.
Does the assessment go down?
Well, the assessment will go down by
Go
the
down
right of way,
By the 9/10.
by the right of way, but
Yeah, but the assessor's not gonna look at that and say, hey, there's a future deferral to put sidewalks in, therefore we're not gonna value that property as high.
Yeah, and the
a
ag.
deferral on
it's not-
properties affects the value of the property.
Not too much
Now,
on
the-
ag, though.
I will say the board ultimately did make them do the deferral for that at that project.
Oh, and
Okay.
that's project.
I just pulled up their deferral
I
agreement.
just can't
Okay.
see this as having a big reason not to go with their standard statement. If the probability is so low, and if it's gonna be in a family, who knows? I mean, that shouldn't matter, but still, that,
Here to ask the questions, have
Yeah.
the conversation. I think it's been a great conversation regardless of the way we go.
okay. Does anybody on Zoom have any thumbs up or hands up or anything?
No comments, no.
Comments? Okay.
And staff's recommending what the review letter recommended.
Yes.
Yes.
Deny the waiver and take a deferral be granted. That's the DMA's recommendation.
Yes.
We usually approve
Well, the first,
with the deferral,
the first 5 here,
with conditions.
First five are granted without conditions, actually. The sixth one would be granted with the deferral conditionally.
Conditionally granted.
You probably ought to state.
I think we should
gotta
do
state
that one separately, so we can act differently if we feel.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So would somebody like to make a motion on the first five modifications?
You're breaking out number 6, you said?
Yeah, we'll do one to five first.
I'll make a motion to recommend approval of the waivers 1 through 5 on the DMA letter dated May 7th, 2026.
A second.
And that's subject to staff and engineer comments.
Okay, so motion by Mr. Volpe, second by Mrs. Byrne, that we recommend approval of modifications 1 through 5 for the Widener Lane lot add-on plan, subject to staff and engineer comments. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So 5-0. I just thought something. Back on the approval of the minutes, it really should only be 301 because Mike isn't a voting member tonight. I said 402, should be 302, I think. Sorry for the distraction. The approval, it was Josh, John, and I voted for.
No,
And I
I
abstained.
Oh, you did.
I abstained.
Oh,
Byrne and
I did.
Volpe abstained.
okay.
Yeah.
So 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Since he's not a voting.
Sorry. Just saw that when I only counted 5 and I had 6 earlier, so. All right, so now how do we handle number modification 6?
So you're saying though, with the deferral, that automatically depreciates the land's value almost like immediately.
That is my experience.
I would say on ag land, that's not my experience. But
Have we done
on
this before,
commercial land,
where we've split the property and then, made deferral by,
Almost every time we do something like this, I can't think of a single time where we didn't get the deferral.
and basically the deferral is saying, we're not requiring it now, but we could in the future.
Just a small question, maybe before we make a motion here. Technically, Mr. Skornovakny's property is listed as Long Road.
It's Weiler Lane.
Or-
It's Weiler Lane. They're both,
Yeah.
their addresses would be Weiler Lane.
Oh, okay. So
4-8.
that's a private road, therefore we don't have to worry about any improvements over on Long Road. Okay, I just want to make sure, okay.
The long road's just a driveway access that was
Yeah, and I thought,
in between.
and
the
I thought
two
that's where their address was. Their address is actually,
and
all right, need
Yeah,
modification on number 6.
I mean, for discussion, I guess I would lean toward staying consistent with what we've done in the past. But I do appreciate your comments and they are valid.
You want to make a motion?
I don't,
You don't, okay,
my vision's not good enough to do that.
okay, okay. Please talk with your mouth, not your eyes.
all right, I will make a motion to recommend a deferral of number 6 for 348-462 Widler Lane Lot add-on plan plot township file number 2605.01, subject to all staff and engineering comments.
Does that also cover the right-of-way? My question would be a question. Denial of the right-of-way?
No one else is gonna speak up, I'll second.
So is that, are we recommending conditional approval with the deferral?
With the deferral, that is correct.
Just wanna
Are we
make sure.
talking conditional approval or conditional denial?
No, we're saying that we're going to be deferring, like, the deferral be granted. So we're going to be able to deny it and then do the deferral granted. Is that correct?
I think we should be recommending conditional approval with the deferral being the condition.
Conditional appro, what about the right of way though? Is that included? Because DMA's
I think that is
Word
part of
is
I don't
that-
think
isn't
that
it?
was a,
Should that have been a separate
Number
modification?
7, yeah. Fix that, B.
Should the, yeah, I'm thinking the
the-
right of way should have
was the
been.
right of way thing a request on your part? Or did DMA add it to the letter?
One second. I think we asked for a waiver that they recommended we withdraw.
Additional.
Waiver on the right of way.
So in the April letter, they were recommended that we withdraw the waiver request. Not 100% sure. I mean, if you're requesting cartway widening, curbing and sidewalk, I don't understand how you wouldn't request additional right of way.
And I don't see that on the modification request for
No.
widening, so I don't think that's part of the, or, the right of way specifically. I think it's just the curb and sidewalk and road widening.
So there's no request then for the denial of the fee simple right of way? As it here, it says we recommend the waiver related to the required additional right of way be denied and the right of way associated with Landisville Road be dedicated fee simple.
Quite honestly, the response letter, when I read it, doesn't point to a section of the code. So that makes it difficult to determine whether it's just right away or it's full improvements along the existing road. Most waivers will
Section.
refer to a section of what you're requesting from. This one doesn't. The only section mentioned is the details themselves.
Yeah, it's not typical that they didn't add that
Yeah,
section. It's kind of
yeah,
weird,
yeah.
but, on number 6, the first paragraph is mostly informational, it looks like.
Mhm.
I mean, that section 2226.6.b, collector road requires a 60-foot wide, 30-foot wide cartway. So that 60-foot wide right away from half the road up is 30 foot. So that's what we designed it to. But yeah, it does say the required additional right of way be denied, that the right of way associated be dedicated. Yeah, so they're requesting that that be dedicated fee simple title.
Seems to me we usually conditionally approve that.
We conditionally approve the deferral. We conditionally approve the not widening the road.
Modification.
It's no longer a waiver. It's a
It's a modification.
deferral.
It's a modification.
And previous motions have been a deferral of those improvements. Yeah.
But if we say nothing about the right of way, what are we saying anything? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to,
Do we have to make an action on the right of way?
that's what
Or is
my
it
question
withdrawn?
is. Should
Yeah,
there be,
that's my
should there
question
be
too.
two portions of motion 6 here? One, to deny deny the denial of the right of way? should we say we're going to defer the curb widening based on the fact that right-of-way will be dedicated the required right-of-way will be dedicated fee simple?
Or if we take action on the plan, subject to the staff and engineer comments, the plan is to have that right.
That is the catch-all when we add that. Their modification request doesn't bring up
Earl,
the right of way, how
right-of-way.
that's treated, no.
Just the improvements.
Widening and the improvements, right?
But the
So-
plan,
So we just silent on that and just cover the plan?
I think
Or should we put a statement in there?
What
For
to
the
do with
plan?
What to do with the right of way?
Yeah, when we
I think-
approve, when we vote on the whole
Yeah,
plan,
I think when you do it on the plan, then you just.
do it on the
a
plan and say
recommendation on how the
recommendation.
right of way should be handled.
For the improvements and then the right of way would be
Condition
kicked
of
back to the engineer for comment.
condition on the
a
plan.
condition on the plan, so. Okay, so
that's-
Mr. Spangler, is that what you said?
That's exactly.
10 minutes
what-
ago?
I mean, it was almost verbatim. So you
Okay.
guys are like my chat GBT.
Your agent sent you that. Okay. Is there a second to Mr. Spangler's motion?
I did.
You did. Thank you.
It was lost in the discussion.
Okay, yeah, mine
in translation.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Spangler, seconded by Mrs. Byrne, and we recommend deferral of the modification of the cartway widening, curbing and sidewalk for the property along, or the property on Long Road. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay,
That's
Aye.
4-1 with Mr. Boltby.
for the record,
Yep.
my nay is not that I don't agree with the deferral. It's that I think it should be waived.
Okay, that's fine. And, okay, it'll be noted, so the supervisors
Yep,
know
yep.
where it came from. Good. All right, then we need a motion on the lot add-on plan.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval of the 348, 462 Widler Lane Lot Add-on Plan, Township File number 26-05.01, subject to all staff and engineering comments.
I'll second again.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Spangler, seconded by Mrs. Byrne, that we recommend approval of the lot add-on plan for 348 and 462 Widler Lane, subject to all staff and engineer comments.
Mr. Chairman, are we gonna add a note related to the right of way?
Because the plan.
That's what we were talking
theme
about.
Doesn't have that drawn, but the
That we
plan
think it
is
should be.
recommending does.
Are we gonna add a note recommending that we think it should be fee simply dedicated?
I'll ask Mr. Spangler if he'd like to
Yeah, I think
modify-
actually modify that with the fee simple dedicated.
conditioned on that, or
I think we did say on conditional. Right?
I think you said recommend approval,
Yes,
so you want to recommend conditional approval
conditional approval
based on
based on all,
the simple right-of-way.
based on the fee simple right away, correct. It's like you're reading my mind. It's fantastic.
You agree with that?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we okay. So much for a fast. meeting.
oh, this was supposed to be the easy one.
Yeah. All right, I have a motion. Mr. Spangler, seconded by Mrs. Byrne, that we recommend conditional approval of the lot add-on plan for 348 and 462 Widler Lane, subject to the client providing a fee simple dedication of the additional right-of-way. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That's unanimous. 5-0.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, have fun at the supervisor.
Yeah, and just, so the supervisors will know his comments.
Yep.
Because they won't get our minutes.
They'll,
But you'll-
I give them your recommendation letter,
Okay.
so I'll write up
Good
your
deal.
recommendation.
I just want to make sure his comments are heard. Group, do you want these,
You want the colors?
do you want these for the supervisors? Sorry, I folded mine.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate the discussion. A lot of words,
Alright,
not a whole lot of
folded.
discussion.
This will be on the Board of Supervisor agenda next week, next Wednesday. Yeah, 6. Yep.
Appreciate your
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Is there any old business to come before the commission? Did anybody have any questions for Mr. Sturgis on his May report? Nope. No public comment, I'm assuming?
None.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. 7:41.
You guys have a great evening.
You see, though.
Talk to Scott. Clear. Talk to Scott about